Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, namo namaha, jai Ganesh. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org and stand up for the Dharma. Hinduphobia and or anti-Hindu. What is a phobia? A phobia is an irrational fear. What is a fear? A fear is an unpleasant emotion, believing that something or someone is harmful or dangerous. So can fears be good? Positive reaction, for example. It's an unpleasant emotion when we see a dog growling because we believe that they are out to harm us or are dangerous. This can be a positive fear, if you will. A positive sense of reaction. Reaction is actually the first level of human interaction. In Sociology 101, see our podcast on the 12 levels of human consciousness. An irrational fear, however, would be to think that all dogs are out to bite and are dangerous and harmful. When it comes to Hinduphobia, could there be in some irrational fear? Certainly many monotheistic religions teach that other religions, in this case Hinduism, are actually demonic in nature. And therefore, in their mind, they have a very rational fear or reaction to a Hindu or Hinduism. An individual may have met a very rude, arrogant Hindu, or been subject to much misinformation about Hinduism, or perhaps seen some very negative superstitious practices within Hinduism, and in their mind, this would be a very rational fear or Hinduphobia. So the solution to any phobia, actually, in this case Hinduphobia, is education. Educating both Hindus and non-Hindus alike. Now, someone who is anti-Hindu, though certainly they could be suffering from various fears and phobias, being anti-Hindu is more a conscious choice to be prejudiced. This is also the mindset of any racist or sexist. Ironically, the New Age yoga movement, divorced from Hinduism, is by its very definition anti-Hindu. Totally prejudiced against Hindus and Hindu Dharma, Hinduism, the Hindu religion. Could an anti-Hindu be a Hindu? Bizarrely, yes. Now, clearly in the spurious yoga movement of today, these certified quote-unquote yoga teachers are not Hindus. But there are many who sometimes call themselves Hindus, but often opt for terms like Sanatan Dharma, Sanatani, Vedantist, Hare Krishna, or some other sectarian label in a negative sense. These people are denying the word Hindu and thus, by definition, are anti-Hindu, though bizarrely, sometimes they use the word Hindu. Basically, anyone who denies the use of Hindu is anti-Hindu. Now, listen to our podcast on those who perpetuate this Hinduphobia, and you will be amazed at how many of these originators of Hinduphobia and anti-Hindu mindset are actually coming from India, many of Indian ethnicity, and many who, ironically, bizarrely, sometimes call themselves Hindus, sometimes not. So the bottom line on Hinduphobia is education. And on anti-Hindu, which is also, in a sense, anti-yoga, Ayurveda, chakras, kundalini, karma, mantra, guru, all words that are divorced in mindsets from Hindu dharma. Swastika too, Arya also. Consider the following. In actuality, yoga is actually the child of Hindu dharma. It was Hindus who created the very language, Sanskrit, the word yoga, and all that that contains. Remembering that the Sanskrit Hindu word yoga means to yoke to one's soul and soul source, specifically Yuj, Atman, Brahman Cha. Yoga is the child of the Hindu dharma, the very lifestyle itself. Now, while a thief can take a child from their parents, from their family, it sadly happens too often. But you can never take the family from the child. It's intrinsic within them. So too, a thief can take yoga out of the Hindu family, Hinduism, the Hindu religion. But you can't take the Hindu family out of yoga. Think deeply about these subjects and move on to the next podcast and see who is perpetuating this Hinduphobia and anti-Hindu yoga, etc. Namaste.